Hey guys, Chad here, Happy Playing Games. Today we're going to do another beginner's tips. And we're going to go over Unleash, Undying, and what you can do to stop regenerating. Because that can be confusing. What you can and can't regenerate from, stuff like that. So let's start with Unleash. So, through Kill Assassin, this guy is a 2-mana 1/2 with Death Touch. And he has Unleash. And so what that means is when you play him, you have the option to give him a +1/+1 counter or just one. It only triggers once. It's not like you can't do it infinite number of times. So if you do that though, you can't block. So he can either be a 2-mana 1/2 with Death Touch that can block, or he can be a 2-mana 2/3 with Death Touch that can't block. And Unleash is a pretty interesting mechanic because usually it's on creatures that makes them like their power and toughness are higher than they should be for that casting cost when you unleash them, but it gives the drawback of the fact that they can't block. So it's kind of like a double-edged sword. Like you just kind of want to, you want to do it. You want to unleash from your head, but if you need to block, you still have the option to have the 1/2 or to have the 1/1, Rakdos Capper, or anything like that. And the other thing with Unleash is if you've unleashed it and you remove the counter, then you can block. It's not like he can't block forever. It's just as long as the counter is on him, or any number of counters, +1/+1 counters, you can't block. So for instance, if you had this 1/2 in play, and I had this 4/3 in play, and you were at 4, and I had a card with Scavenge or a way to give this guy a +1/+1 counter, I could give your guy a +1/+1 counter, and then you would not be able to block anymore. Even though you played it without unleashing it, if at any time it has a counter on it, it can't block. If any time it doesn't have a counter on it, it can block. So that's the only confusing thing with Unleash. So let's go ahead and move back on to Undying. So this guy has Undying. And what Undying does is, whenever a creature with Undying dies, it does exactly what it sounds like, and then dies, it comes back. As long as it doesn't have a counter on it. So this guy has no counters on him. When he dies, he's going to go in the graveyard, he's going to come back with a +1/+1 counter. Now that's a triggered ability. So it'll trigger every single time he doesn't have a counter on him. So let's say he dies, it triggers because he didn't have a counter, comes back, now it's a 5/4. Now we remove our counter with something. Just any card that removes counter, anything like that. Exactly according. If he dies, it's going to trigger again. And it'll come back. And like I said, it works the same way as Unleash. If you play him, and then I put a counter on him before he dies, and then he dies, he's not going to come back and die. So it's just really, both these abilities, +1/+1 counters being on the creature matter incredibly, and whatever it says on it, whatever the text is affected by if it has or does not have the counter on it. It's not permanent. So that's Undying. It's pretty simple. And then let's move on to this last mechanic. It's going to be Regenerate. And we went over Regenerate before and how you can regenerate from damage. The things that you cannot regenerate from, the things that will kill regenerators, are anything that gives -/-. So for instance, anytime that this guy's just a 1/1, anything that gives him -1 or higher is going to kill him before you can regenerate. Because anytime the toughness is 0, the creature's just state-based effects check, and the creature has 0 toughness and it just dies. You can't regenerate because it's not damaged. Because damage I can put 1,000 damage on him and I can just regenerate and clear all the damage. But if I give him -1/-1, his toughness would be 0 and that's not allowed in Magic, so he would just die. Other things that make it not able to regenerate, anything that exiles or moves it from the game, that just gets rid of it. It's just, it just gets rid of it. Exiling is very good Magic. Can't regenerate from it. Also, there's a couple of certain abilities like Puncture and things like that can regenerate, but those aren't relevant really anymore. But really, the things that really affect it are making them tap out so you can kill it, so they don't have the mana to pay it, or exiling or -/-. So I think that's it for today's beginner tips. Hopefully this helped. If you guys are confused about any rulings or anything like that, put a comment in the video, under the video, and we'll do a video on it, so we can clarify rules for you. And that's it. Thanks for watching.